Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take a deep dive into the financial world and uncover the stories hidden within official company reports. Today, we're looking at SafeSpace Global Corporation, and let's just say their latest filing hints at some interesting upcoming events, maybe even more than they're letting on. Before we dive in, if you're new here and love getting clear, no-nonsense insights into company filings, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And for a deeper community discussion and exclusive content, join our Discord server. The link is in the description below. Today, we're peeling back the layers of a current report on Form 8K filed by SafeSpace Global Corporation. Now, this isn't a full quarterly or annual report, so we won't find detailed financial statements here. Instead, these 8K filings are typically used to announce major events that shareholders should know about. Think of it as a company's way of quickly sharing significant news. So, the first thing that jumps out is the date of the report, the 12th of February 2026. This tells us that whatever is being reported happened on or before this date. This is an 8K form, and it is a standard document required by the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, for companies to report material events. Now, let's talk about the company itself, SafeSpace Global Corporation. They are a Nevada corporation, and their main business seems to be related to technology, as indicated by their website's domain name mentioned later. The fact that they are incorporated in Nevada is just a legal detail, not something that usually tells us much about the business operations themselves. This number, O1-36564, is their commission file number, a unique identifier for them with the SEC. It helps in tracking their filings. And 85 to 1,173,741 is their IRS employer identification number, essentially their tax ID. They list their principal executive officers at 311 Weisgarber Road in Knoxville, Tennessee. For those interested in trading, their common stock is registered under the trading symbol SSGC on the OTCD bulletin board. This means it's traded over the counter, which is often associated with smaller companies or those not listed on major exchanges like the Nasdaq or New York Stock Exchange. The filing also asks if they are an emerging growth company. They have not checked this box, indicating they do not identify as one for the purposes of this filing. This can mean they do not qualify for certain reporting flexibilities offered to newer, smaller companies. Now we get to the heart of this particular filing, item 7.01. which is a disclosure under Regulation FD. This regulation ensures that all investors receive important company information at the same time, preventing unfair advantages. This is the main event. SafeSpace Global Corporation is planning to host an Investor Day on the 27th of February 2026. Investor Days are typically events where a company provides updates to its investors, analysts, and the financial community. They often include presentations from the management team, strategic overviews, and sometimes product demonstrations. The event is scheduled to take place in Nashville, Tennessee, running from 5 p.m. to 7:00 p.m. Central Street and Ard time. The timing and location are detailed for attendees. They also mention an investor presentation that will be used. This presentation, according to them, is available on their website under the Invest tab. This is where interested parties can get more detailed information directly from the company. Interestingly, they note that this same investor presentation was previously filed as an exhibit to a Form 8K on the 28th of January 2026. This means the information is not entirely new, but they are referencing it again in the context of this upcoming Investor Day. This could be a way to reiterate key messages or to signal that the upcoming Investor Day will build upon that previous presentation. This final paragraph is a legal disclaimer. It essentially says that the information shared in this report and the referenced investor presentation should not be considered filed for legal liability purposes under Section 18 of the Exchange Act, unless they specifically state otherwise or incorporate it into another filing. This is a common way for companies to provide forward-looking statements or general information without assuming the same level of legal responsibility as they would for a formal financial filing. And finally, the report is signed by Scott M. Boroff, who is identified as the Chief Executive Officer of SafeSpace Global Corporation. His signature indicates that the company has reviewed and approved the content of this filing. So, what's the story here? SafeSpace Global Corporation is announcing an upcoming Investor Day. While the filing doesn't give us any new financial numbers, it strongly suggests that they will be sharing important updates about their business, strategy, and future outlook with the investment community. The fact that they are holding an Investor Day and referencing a previous investor presentation implies they have significant information to convey. It could be an update on their technology and new product launch, a strategic partnership, or perhaps even guidance on future financial performance. Given that this is an 8K filing, the news is likely considered material, meaning it could influence an investor's decision to buy, sell, or hold the company's stock. The fact that the previous presentation was filed back in January and they are now hosting an Investor Day in February suggests a build-up of information or a continuation of a narrative they have been developing. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, companies hold investor days to manage expectations, build confidence, and attract investment. The timing of this event so close to the end of February and the reference to a previous filing from January could mean that the company is preparing for a significant announcement or a period of growth. For investors, this is a prime opportunity to listen closely to what the management team has to say. Pay attention to any forward-looking statements, any details about their competitive advantages, and how they plan to execute their strategy in the market. The fact that their stock is traded on the OTCD bulletin board might also mean there is a heightened need for them to communicate clearly with a potentially wider, less institutional investor base. In terms of assessment, SafeSpace Global Corporation appears to be actively engaging with the investment community using standard disclosure tools like Form 8K and Investor Days to communicate. The main strength here is their proactive approach in sharing information as mandated by regulations. A potential weakness, or rather an area of caution, is that without direct financial results in this specific filing, we are left to infer the company's health from the event they are announcing. We need to wait for their actual financial reports to get a clear picture of their performance. The opportunity lies in the Investor Day itself, which could reveal substantial positive developments. The risk is that the information presented might not meet investor expectations, or that the market may not react favorably. My conclusion is that this filing serves as a heads up for a potentially significant communication event from SafeSpace Global Corporation. Investors should be on the lookout for their Investor Day on the 27th of February and the information that will be shared. This is where the real story will unfold. Alright, that is our current dive into the SafeSpace Global Corporation filing. What are your thoughts on this upcoming Investor Day? Do you think it signals good news or just standard corporate communication? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more decoding of corporate filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community. Linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.